Hello.
Yeah, hello?
Hi, how old are you?
24.
What year were you born?
Say again, I was born in 99.
All right, what do you got?
So can you prove to me that God is not imaginary?
Well, yeah, I mean, if God is all good, there shouldn't be evil. So there's the problem with evil, divine hiddenness. Where is God? Why doesn't he reveal himself to us? Then there is like the omni paradoxes,
Do
omniscience
you have
paradox.
like proof though? Do you have like viable proof that he's not?
I just gave you the proofs, right? Or
Oh wait,
logical
so wait.
logical proofs that God can't exist.
Okay, no, can you give me like factual evidence that he doesn't exist?
Yeah, you're confused. Like when we say that something is proven not possible or impossible, like we use logic to get there, right? So if I said a square circle is true, that's false. It can't be, right? A square cannot be a circle. They're two counterintuitive things, counter things. Same with God, right? If you say God is all good, but then there's evil in the world, that seems to be a paradox. So that would
Well,
debunk God.
right. So yeah, I mean that's a pretty, common thing that people, people who don't believe think that if there's bad things that happen in this world, then there couldn't be a God. And just to think, God gave us free will, and within that, again, that's why you have the right to choose to do things.
No, well, we don't have free will in any sense. There's no freedom, I think. But even if I granted
You
you
don't
free
believe we
will,
have free will? How so?
because everything we do is determined, or everything we do is in response to stimuli from our environments. We're products of our environments.
So people who go and grape kids, you think that they're just a product of their environment?
Yeah, everybody is. No matter everything we do and choose is the products of our environment. But again, when I say we are the products of our environment, I'm also talking about our brain chemistry, right? Like every thought we have is determined by something else, either
So you're
brain
saying everything
chemistry,
that happens or everything we do?
both.
Really? So someone who um, develops, a disease that is deadly, they did something for that to happen?
No, their environment did something to them.
Okay, so what if they were born with it?
Their environment did something to it, either their bodies or their environment, right? At the end of the day, everything in the universe is subject to physical laws of nature, right? We can't defy physics. So we are
So what about
subject.
lung cancer for somebody who's never smoked before?
What?
What about somebody who develops lung cancer that's never smoked before?
Oh, well, cancer there's many different pathways to get cancer. It's not just smoking. There's genetic mutations, they
What-
could be random, and there's environmental factors, there's pregnancy factors, there's all kinds of factors
So
that involve.
would you agree that sometimes somebody develops something that wouldn't that would, that when a doctor sees it, they'd be like, well, yeah, it didn't run in your family. You haven't been exposed to anything that this would happen, but yet you still have it. Things
Yeah,
like that.
because
Things like that happen
some.
every day, right?
Yeah, well,
So that's
I
pretty
mean,
illogical, isn't it?
no, it's called probability.
Right. So just the same reason that you can't give me 100% probability that there's no God.
We could see
You could do it, but you
there's a
haven't.
difference between empirics and logic. You're talking about empirics, like there's no evidence of unicorns. I can't completely rule out or disprove unicorns empirically. But again, when it comes to logical scenarios or logical concepts like a square circle or a married bachelor, those things are contradictory and hence cannot exist. So there are logical proofs. There are no empirical proofs.
So do you think that, which I don't know which God, I mean, I assume you're talking about any God, but so would you say that Jesus was not a person?
I don't know if he was I don't know if he existed or not. There's no evidence that he existed.
There is evidence.
Where?
Yeah, sure. Just let me send it to you real quick.
But like that's just as trivial, right? Like even if we accept Jesus existed, it doesn't mean he's a god. So like I can grant you that he existed. It doesn't get you to a God. So
Right. Okay, so do you want me to send that over to you or no?
yeah, what is the evidence that Jesus is a God or existed?
Right. So whenever you read, right, and you understand and you actually start seeing things that are laid out, that makes it a lot easier for you to comprehend the stories and the things that happened, right? Because there was eyewitnesses to these accounts, right? Are they still
Well,
alive? No,
no, there
things were
are no
translated.
you don't have it. There
Things
are
were
no
translated.
no. Hold on. There are
Yes,
no
eyewitnesses. Yeah, from people who were
hold on.
yes, it was
Hold
translated
on.
down.
Hold
No,
on.
they're not alive now. If
Hold
that's what
on.
you're gonna
Hold on.
say.
Hold on. Hold on. Shh. You don't know if there were eyewitnesses. You have a story that claims there were eyewitnesses. Vastly different, right? So you don't actually have any eyewitnesses to Jesus or God or anybody supernatural.
Right. So, what exactly do you think happened? Like, how do you think we all came to be?
Evolution. We are products of 4 billion years of evolution. That's a
You think
fact.
we came from monkeys? Don't you think that
Okay.
don't you think that
So
there's a
dealing
higher
with
chance?
somebody. Okay. So let me respond to that. It's not that we come from monkeys, it's that we share a common lineage with monkeys and all other primates. It's because of evolution. And we can see this in the fossil record, we see this in our DNA record and lab experiments. But it's not that we come from monkeys of today, it's that we share ancestry with them.
But what
About
did we come
six.
from?
Where did we come from? We
Yeah. How were we developed?
biological evolution. We are just
Biological evolution. So evolution has to have a start. What was the start?
no. Evolution is a process that happens to things, the living
Right,
thing.
but there had to have been one thing that started it.
Well, on the Earth, yeah, it was called abiogenesis, and this is one of the first living things, like a protocell, developed because of chemical molecules interacting with each other in the Earth's early oceans. That's when life started, about 4 billion years ago on the Earth.
You think, okay, so where is your evidence that humans evolved from that?
The fossil record, we have all kinds of human ancestry in the fossil record, all kinds of fossils, and human chromosome 2 is a prime example of proof of evolution in our DNA.
Well, there's still scientists, right? And I'm sure there's people who are studying what you're talking about that still believe in God. So if they knew 100% what you're saying is true, why would they still believe in God?
Because people have biases, they have opinions, they have stances. Their opinions are relevant to the science, right?
Right,
The
but
science doesn't care about opinions.
even as arrogant as humans are, right? I mean, if we were outside, right, on a sunny day and I looked up and told you the sky is blue, normally you would agree, right? Like, yeah, it's true, the sky is blue. It's a fact, you can see it, right?
Okay.
Right. So I think it would be the same thing as far as these people who are studying this thing. Like, if they knew for 100% and there's a factual evidence and it was 100%, there's no way it could be wrong, right? I mean, there's not a chance it could be wrong. What you're saying is 100% true. It's factual evidence that they wouldn't continue to believe anything else because they would already have proof.
No, because they look, it's not even you're presenting a false dichotomy here. You're saying it's either evolution or God. Well, some theists agree that both can coexist. Um, and that's why they would make sense of a God even within the scientific paradigm or a naturalistic paradigm. There doesn't need to be that doesn't mean that God is likely to exist. This is an appeal to authority. You're simply asserting that because some people who are scientists believe in God, therefore it gives more credence to God. Absolutely not. Their opinions do not matter to the evidence.
Okay. Let me ask you again. What did you said that we evolved from what?
We didn't evolve from something. This
No,
isn't
no,
Pokemon.
like the very
We're,
beginning.
our ancestors were, if you go far back enough in the fossil record, were microorganisms.
Okay, gotcha. Um, let's see. Say that again for me, just so I can try to find. I mean, can you cite something, for it to where I can get a study on it?
Yeah, it's called abiogenesis, and we have tons of research on this. We can take a look at amyloids. Take a look at RNA
Abiogenesis.
polymerization through DNA. What?
Abiogenesis. I'm sorry, I just haven't heard of it.
Abiogenesis. Yes, it's a very well detailed hypothesis that describes how life began in the oceans 4 billion years ago, and it's very amazing
So
how
it's a
life got.
theory.
Theories in science are based on evidence. They're not just some random idea. They're based on tons of data and facts.
So people say that religion is also, a sense of a theory.
It's a bad one. It's based on no facts and no evidence, and it barely
Well,
explains
there is
anything about reality.
because we have the stories in the Bible.
But all you have is a story. I'm sorry, but stories aren't evidence of anything but stories. Like, all you have is a storybook that says this guy walked on water. Like,
I mean, I'm not sitting here saying that stuff wasn't lost in
so how do
translation.
you verify?
Some
How do
most
you
Christians will
falsify?
tell you
Look,
that
look,
they know that they're aware that some
look.
things will get lost in translation. Same as I'm sure stuff got lost in in the theory that you believe. But what I'm saying here is, you you can't tell me 100% that God is that God's not real.
We can.
Simply,
We
you
can say
can
your
say the
God. Look,
words,
look,
but
look.
as
Your
far as
God's not
physical
real. I
evidence,
just
you
said
can't
it.
tell
Your
me.
God's not real. I just said it because
But you can't prove it to me.
we.
You've yet
Okay,
to prove
great.
it to
So
me.
then
You
what
gave me a
explain?
theory.
Then why
You
is there
gave me a
evil?
theory.
Sir, hold on, hold on. Why is there evil in the world? Why doesn't God reveal Himself to us? Why doesn't?
Oh,
Why
easy.
are there
God gave us
countless
free will.
paradoxes?
God gave us the right to choose. And then
That's
everything was
insertion.
there
That's
was no evil.
insertion.
There wasn't always evil, right?
So you're saying that at one
We
point there is it
we
was the universe is all good?
yes.
Then how did it become bad?
We screwed it up.
Okay,
So
but if
essentially think about it like
okay,
this. Think
hold
about it
on.
like this.
Were Adam and Eve all good?
Say again?
Were Adam and Eve all good?
No.
Oh, so God designed Adam and Eve a bit evil.
God designed Adam and Eve with he also gave them free will.
That's not what I asked you, right? Did God design Adam and Eve perfectly or not?
I don't think he ever claimed to. I think he designed them in man's image, right?
Okay.
I think
Let me
that's
ask
I
you.
think that's all it
Let me
says.
try it this way. Um, were Adam and Eve evil at all?
Evil. Well, I mean, Eve, turned against God's command, right? So
Okay.
I wouldn't necessarily say evil. I don't
Can you
even
just
think that.
track, sir? Can you just track here, please, for a second? Were This is a yes or no, right?
Sure.
Were Adam and Eve evil at all?
I mean, I wouldn't say so, me personally.
Okay, so that means they were all good. They were good natured,
Sure.
right? How does a good natured being do bad, do evil?
They were innocent people, and Eve, she was tempted, right?
Right. But
Of an
temptations
of an evil
do not mean you have to fall for them.
serpent.
Just because you're presented with a temptation does not mean you have to fall for it. If you're good, especially, this is the problem.
Right. That's why we had
Because
yes, that's the beauty of free will.
no,
She had the right to choose, right? But
but
she was
if you're
tempted.
good, look, is God all good?
Yes, God is.
Does God have free will?
I mean, he in a sense, I mean, that's kind of a silly question. God's not um
All
God's
right.
the
You should go back when you're in, like understand more about your biblical theology. Hey, what do you got?
Jesus will laugh at you while you're burning in hellfire for eternity with no second chances, as he is the bride of Michael Brigandy.
Oh no, I'm
Jesus
so
died for your sins to save you from himself.
scared. He sacrificed what? A weekend? He sacrificed a weekend for what? For sins that he invented for us? Yeah, that doesn't seem like a very cool thing to do.
Can you hear me?
Hello? Yeah,
How's it going?
I'm hanging in there. What do you got?
I just had a question for you. How do you think the universe started? Do you just believe in the Big Bang, or what?
Well, that question's malformed. Why must there be a start? The Big Bang's not necessarily the start.
Because I don't remember where it was. I was
Okay, Is that all? Hello? Okay, have a good day. Oh, now we have trolls now.
Yo, listen, you a fucking bitch.
Please, guys, we have to keep tapping to get more people in here. There's just not enough people. We have to tap, share. We have to get more people in here, or we're not going to have a live anymore. So, yeah. Hello?
Excuse me.
Keep tapping, guys. We got to get more people. We don't have enough people in here. TikTok is so annoying. We had 400 people before, but no, the Wi-Fi had to go out. Their servers were stinky. Now signal's perfect, but we have no more viewers. TikTok is so annoying. So annoying. Tap me. Switch to being Christian. Keep praying to God. Preacher, preacher. Please, God. What's the... Amen. Please, Lord, this boy needs Jesus. Heal this child. Help us destroy these demons. Oh, and please send me a brand new car and a prostitute while my wife's sick in the hospital. Preacher, preacher, 5th grade teacher. That's from Eminem's song. I was listening to that today and I started laughing. Please, Lord, this boy needs Jesus. He created everything. Great. What's your evidence? Look around you. It's everywhere. He made the trees. He made the bees. He made the seas. It's like, okay, how do you know that? I'm not saying that, when people say that they're just bad people, but what I'm saying is that that's just coming from ignorance. Who made this? Who did it? Who put this here? Who did this? These are ignorant questions. Yeah, I'm scared of you, Ippo. I'm so scared.
Hi, buddy. I'm back again. Okay, so you want to hear where Jesus got, right? You know the Trinity, right? You probably do. Yeah, right?
Yeah, what?
Okay, so here in Matthew 28:19 it says, "Therefore go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and of the Holy Spirit." explain that to
Okay.
me.
And
So it literally says something about the Trinity in the Bible. So that's already in the Bible, so you can change that. And I got another verse.
wait, how is this evidence of God?
What?
How
What
is
is
this
that?
evidence of God?
This is literally in the Bible, bro. You know, if you don't believe in the Bible, okay, it's normal. But if you can't believe in the eyewitnesses, there's like so many eyewitnesses. You know what, right? But you don't believe that, it's okay. It's okay. But
No,
there's so many eyewitnesses.
that's not the problem. The problem is you just told me a story. You just told me a verse from a storybook.
It's not a storybook. It's not a children's book. But like, listen,
Talking
okay,
donkey,
okay,
unicorns.
you,
I would say that's pretty much a children's fairy tale.
okay. But so you believe in that, like, that we became from apes, right? That we came from apes. You believe that, right?
Are apes. We are apes right now.
Okay, okay. Then why are there still apes on the earth? Why are they not
You
evolutioning?
stumped me. It must be Jesus who made us, because I don't understand biology.
Okay, but who created apes?
No. So
Who created apes?
nobody created apes.
Okay, so they just spawn there?
Look.
Think it's a simulation?
Every one of us are the products of evolution, products of
How?
billions of years of chemical changes that make us who we are. Our DNA is what makes us who we are.
Like,
why.
what were we before apes? What were we before apes then?
We did not exist before apes. We were not here before
Okay,
apes.
so we just spawned.
No, other
Okay, what then?
species were here before us, and they have since passed down their genes to yield us
Okay.
in a
So you turn it
4 billion year
out.
journey.
So you turn it out. We came from dust to apes to humans.
No, when we say stardust, we don't mean actual dust. What we mean is carbon, oxygen, hydrogen,
Alright, buddy.
the atoms. Hold on, the atoms that make up our molecules, and these molecules make us up, our organs and things. That's what life is. Life is a process, a chemical process, and there's no evidence of God in any sense doing anything for us.
I just funny to just say it because there's no way some people really believe that we came from the apes, bro.
Well,
Like, how
do
do
you
we don't even
understand the
look like
fact?
apes? We don't even look like apes
Why are
because
we,
apes can't stand up.
how are we not apes?
Because we are not that hairy. We're not ooh ah, and we're not like swinging around, bro.
Yeah, so just because we don't speak the other apes' language doesn't mean we're not apes. We are one type of ape,
Okay, so if I want to go bark at my
but
dog,
everything else about us is equivalent to the other apes. We have fingers, opposable thumbs, we have hair, we have fur,
okay,
we have all these things.
okay. But what if I'm gonna walk on 4 feet and gonna go woof woof? Am I a dog? Did I evolve to a dog?
That's not even analogous to what we're talking about. Like,
No, you
I
think
can't
evolution?
believe you think
What?
that you don't understand taxonomy. You don't understand
Okay, but
evolution.
like, if we kept evolving, why we stop like humans? Like, why are we
We
not
did not stop
evolving
at
from something
humans.
more?
We did not stop at any moment. Evolution's
Okay,
ongoing.
okay. So what if we die? What happens?
What?
What if we die? What happens?
You rot away.
Okay, but where does your soul go?
What soul? What do you mean?
You don't think we have a soul
Where is it?
in your body, bro? What do you mean? Where is it?
Where?
Where
Up
was you
my
before you were born?
anus? Is it up my anus? Where?
It's through your whole body, bro.
Okay, where in the body? How do I determine that it's there?
Otherwise, we wouldn't be like moving.
Oh,
It's like we
no,
all have our
that's a
own conscience.
no. So the energy that makes us move is cellular. It's happening in our cells. Your cells can exchange voltage with each other. Did you know that?
What was it? What is it? Tell me again. I
Your
was looking at the
cells
comments.
generate electricity, millivolts of electricity. That's how we operate.
Okay. I don't know a lot about your atheist stuff, but I know my
Exactly. You
God is
don't
real.
know. That's the problem. You
But
don't
because
know.
it's not
The
real, bro.
word.
Like only a clown would believe in that, bro.
Only a what?
A clown would believe in that. Like I'm not
Sir,
trying to disrespect you,
you
but
believe a man walked on water and turned his body into bread like a muffin man.
there were
I'm sorry to
eyewitnesses, bro.
say.
There were eyewitnesses. People saw him do it.
Okay,
Not just a fairy tale.
people saw a Loch Ness monster. Is that real now too?
Listen. Your house is built, right? Did you saw the builder build it? No, right? But it's there.
Okay, how about a volcano? Was a volcano built?
No, it was
Is
there.
are there volcano builders
It was
making
created.
volcanoes?
It was created. It was already created.
Is there a rain man up in the
It was
clouds
already
with a
created.
hose spraying down the
It was already
rain?
created.
No, there's no evidence that there was
What do you mean
created.
no?
That those things were
What do
created.
you mean
They're
no?
natural products of the environment.
Bro, do you think the Earth spawned?
What?
Do you think the Earth spawned? It was created by God.
That's what
He
you
made
think.
all the stuff.
You think it spawned in 6 days. One day there was no planet, then the next day there was. That's what you believe,
Yeah,
not me.
and on the seventh day he rested.
Oh, 7 days. Okay.
No, the 6th day he was working, and then the 7th day he rested.
Oh, so it was 6 days. Okay. So
Yeah,
you believe it spawned, not me.
I don't, yeah, sort of, yeah, but it was built, everything was civilized. So I'm not trying to see what you're trying to yap about, bro.
All right. Thanks for being here, man. I was really scared that you'd be up here, but you got me big time, man. I was so scared of you.
Hey, how you doing?
Tired.
Oh, so I have a question. You think that we can believe in God without being religious?
Well, it depends on what you mean by God. If I think God is my mother-in-law, well then yeah, of course God exists. If I think God is a car, then yeah, it's real. But if you think God is some kind of magical being, I don't see evidence of that.
So, what is God for you?
A word.
Yeah, I know, but like you say you don't believe in God, but you don't even know what is God. You can't not believe in
That's
something you
your
don't even
problem.
know.
That's not my problem. That's your problem.
How so?
Because you have not defined God properly enough or sufficiently enough for me to warrant even considering this thing being true.
Well, all we know is that God caused everything
How do you know that?
because our existence is not necessary.
How do you know that?
Because we could not exist, you know?
So could God.
No, that's the thing, because God is immaterial.
Okay, well, it could still not exist.
Okay, there's a lot of ways to perceive God. I know we can never prove God, right? Because what we consider evident is incomplete for humans. We are very limited. So we cannot prove God, but we can perceive it. We can
How do you
perceive God.
perceive it? How do you perceive God?
There's a lot of like chain of thinking, philosophical thinking that you can do. We know that the universe cannot be eternal. You know that or
Why
not?
not? Why not?
Because, okay, that's how I see the universe. The universe, I see it like a big factory. And a factory cannot like appear just from nowhere and cannot like exist forever.
Why
It's like a
not?
factory
You're just asserting that. Why can't the universe be here forever?
because I can't imagine like an infinite past. If there's like an infinite events that were in the past, how can you exist?
Because time isn't passing necessarily. That logic assumes that time is passing from one moment to the next. And then you're assuming that there is an infinite amount of time between those points that you're traversing. That's not how time works. Time is like space, and that just like all the space exists simultaneously, so does all time. And just as space can be infinite, so can time.
Yeah, that's true. But space is not infinite
How do you know that?
Well, according to science, it's not infinite. Space is not infinite.
Oh, really? What science says that demonstrates that the space is not infinite?
Well, apparently, there's like the universe is not infinite. We know that there's a
Okay,
Big
great.
Bang
What science demonstrates that that must be the case?
because it's growing, right? The universe is growing. How can it be infinite if it's growing?
Well, yeah, the universe is expanding, but perhaps there is a phase where it contracts again, and then it expands again, and it just always bounces forever like that. And
That's just a
that's
theory.
cyclic. It's just
The Big
okay. Well,
Crunch.
it's possible still.
Yeah, it's possible, right? It's possible.
Great. So then you can't discount the fact that the universe could be infinite.
Um, I just cannot imagine that the universe will be infinite. And see, like
Okay,
the
well
universe
then
is.
I'm sorry, but you have to do more work and go learn because it's clearly conceivable to imagine the universe being infinite. Just because you can't doesn't mean it's not possible.
Yeah, that's true. But uh, like the universe is, it respects some laws to work, and those laws, it cannot just appears from nothing. Because if you're atheist and you don't believe in God, whether you believe that the universe is eternal, whether you believe that we comes from nothing, right?
No, I think that if the universe is eternal, then it's not that we come from nothing, it's that we were always there. But when it comes to the laws of nature, laws are just descriptive of how things work. It's not that the universe respects laws, it's that we respect laws because laws are the way we describe the universe. And in that sense, those laws or how we describe the universe could have always existed in some way because the universe existed in some way, always.
Okay, and so why are the universe capable to watch itself growing? Like, because if according to you, we are part of the universe, right? So we
Right.
are conscious. We have consciousness. So the
Mhm.
universe have consciousness. How come?
No, the universe, just because a parts of something have a specific property doesn't mean the entire universe has that same property. Like rocks, there's rocks in the universe. It doesn't mean that the universe is a rock.
Yeah, I know. But what I mean is like parts of the universe is conscious. So like there's part of the universe that are capable to watch the universe growing and watch the environment and watch like life. How this can be possible? Like how can non-consciousness create consciousness? I know it's like a emergent property and all this, but that's how I see that. It's like a big factory. That's all.
Yeah, the universe is mysterious, but how we think consciousness arises is through bioelectricity. Something like each one of your cells exchanges voltage with each other. Your body runs on this kind of biological electricity, and that's what generates this energy that makes us alive and conscious. And the brain does this on a much more deeper level in terms of neurons. It can exchange very specific charges with other neurons, and this is what drives specific thoughts. And your brain is a very complex network of these interactions between these neurons. And that's what yields our conscious experience. It's never needed to invoke a god or a magic man. We can explain the universe and consciousness through physics alone. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know. It's very beautiful what you said, but I just like I can't imagine that we were just like created from. I I imagine that we were concepts before our creation. So concepts cannot be
Well,
like
look,
from nowhere. Hmm?
we just because I know you're looking around and saying there's got to be something to this, and we all have that intuition that there's something to the universe. But look at where that's coming from, right? The notion that there has to be a reason is coming from a very egotistical place. Like, of course, we think there's a reason. We want there to be a reason. We want to be important, right? We don't like to be, uh, you know, estranged from society. We love to be part of society. We love to be noticed. We love to be loved. And this is what we do when we say God exists, right? We're just projecting our own wants and desires onto the universe. So it seems that God comes from a very egotistical place. But
that doesn't mean that God is not real. If we need that, maybe it must be real.
no, what we need is our ego to be stroked. That's what we love. We love to be important. We all do as people, but you're not recognizing that that's likely the case. Your bias is getting in the way. It seems to me, because you can't point to any evidence of this God, right? If you had some evidence to counter what I'm saying, then go ahead and give it to me. But it seems to me that it's most likely that there is something motivated happening here. There doesn't seem to be any actually independent evidence of God.
Okay, but so why not believing in God?
No evidence.
Okay, but like I said,
Thank you so much.
okay.
What else you got?
Yeah, I know, but like it's not because we don't have evidence, like true proof to watch God, that He's not real. It doesn't mean that.
Okay, great. So then next time you come up here, give us actual evidence. Then we'll take it seriously. But you can't just keep saying, well, just because there's no proof doesn't mean he's not real. Okay, congratulations. All you've done is say things.
Yeah,
You
but
just
the
uttered
universe is
words. I want
contingent,
evidence now, right? Where's the data?
because the universe is contingent, right?
How do you know that?
Because everything depends on each other.
Okay, but perhaps there's a independent existence like called space-time where nothing it doesn't depend on anything, and the universe, the space-time that we inhabit, could be itself necessary.
Space-time? No, the space-time needs energy.
No, space-time doesn't need energy. It's just space-time. And if
Yeah,
it needs energy, it's part of it, or perhaps made of it.
okay, because there's like an amount of energy, an amount of dark energy, so it can be like equal, so it doesn't like collapse or the big rip.
Okay, and
So
our
it's
scope
contingent.
of the look, our scope of the known universe is so small. What if there's another universe outside of ours? We don't know the boundaries to our universe. There could be a multiverse full of all their possible worlds, each with
It
their
doesn't
own
change anything.
properties.
It
What?
doesn't change anything. If there was an multiverse, it doesn't change anything. Like it's the same logic that apply to it.
Well, the same logic in the sense that it still could be necessary. There could be some necessary natural thing. You never have to invoke God for it to be necessary. God is not necessary.
Okay, so you okay.
There's billions of gods. We don't need any of them. We don't need that. We don't need them. There's too many gods. We don't need them. They can't be necessary. There's too many.
There's only one truth, only one God.
Prove it. Demonstrate it. Give me evidence of that. Don't just say things. Show it.
Like what's the question?
All right. Have a good day, sir. Enjoy. Keep learning. Those are good questions, guest. But thanks for being here. And I appreciate your questions, and they were great. But continue learning. Keep learning about the world around you. But you were a good guest. I appreciate you. Hello?
Oh shoot! Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
How's it going? I'd say I've been a Christian my whole life. I'd say the biggest evidence for me is probably just creation in general. What do you think about that?
What
You
creation?
ever heard of Stephen Hawking's book? Something. What was it called? Brief history of time or period of time or something. I mean, Stephen Hawking is clearly an atheist. He said, you know, if the universe was even 1 millionth of a percent off, it would have collapsed back in on itself.
And
And he's
okay,
clearly.
and what's your point? And what's your point?
I'm just saying that, you know, if an atheist says that, you know, wouldn't you think that would be good evidence? Or
No,
sorry,
because
my controller, I'm
this
actually
applies to
playing
God
Overwatch
too.
right now.
Look, if God was just a little bit off, it wouldn't be God. He wouldn't have made us. The same applies to God. Like who tuned God, right? It's you're
Right.
kicking the can down the road. Perhaps what explains the tuning of our universe is a multiverse where there's multiple universes occurring all the time, or just in one where we happen to be here.
Right. Can you hear my controller right now? Or my?
Yeah, we can.
Sorry.
Please stop.
Hold on.
Stop playing games and debate.
Well, I think playing games is more fun.
You're playing Fortnite? Come on, dude.
Overwatch, actually. You know what's funny? I actually want to get your opinion on this too. Have you ever played Overwatch?
Next.
Since there's nobody else in the guest box, what do you think would happen if we went to the edge of the universe?
We'd fall off.
We'd
No, there is no
fall off.
edge. There is no edge to the universe, as far as
Why?
I can
Because it's
see.
always expanding?
Well, yeah, perhaps. Or maybe if you go, maybe like the Earth, if you keep going out into space, you actually end up where you started, like the Earth. Perhaps the universe is some kind of four-dimensional shape that is infinite with no boundary.
Yes, all right, stop breaking my head.
Well, it looks like we ran out of guests. Oh, we got someone. Oh, he's back. Thank you for the galaxy so much. Thank you for the bigly galaxy. Okay? It's a bigly galaxy. Parker's back.
Okay, so I wanted to. I know that you're looking for people that disagree with you, but I wanted to say that I wasn't. In the comments, I was just responding to somebody else because I do agree that I don't want to like say that it's imaginary, but I do agree that like religion itself, it makes no sense because
Okay, thank you. Thanks for agreeing.
portrays this idea that their humans could not have existed, or the world or the universe could not have existed without a god or a being, and
Right. Okay. Mm-hmm.
that's like it makes
Right.
it does. I do agree that it makes no
Mhm.
sense
Yeah.
because
Mhm. Yeah. Mm. Right.
there's like
Yeah.
okay.
Like, okay.
What are you doing? You're making that. Okay, whatever.
You done now?
I mean, what? Okay. I mean, yeah.
Okay. Bye bye. All right. Let's have the next victim. Um. Another galaxy. Thank you. Appreciate you so much. I got 20 new viewers. Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm tired. And lately I'm just tired of being very abrasive with people. I want to be a bit kinder and a bit more listening. But yeah, I know I won't have as many viewers, but I just don't want to be that guy anymore. Like that's just abrasive. I want to be more like the chill guy, but cool and good. You're just being that guy. Yeah, I know, but I don't want to be that way all the time. That's just for entertainment. Please subscribe to my YouTube. Tomorrow, I'm going to make a video about time. I want to talk about what time is, the flow of time, the arrow of time, entropy, how entropy is related, how relativity describes time. You know, it's a big video. So when's the next AI video? Well, when the next like big AI system comes out, I'll probably do a video on that. We're on the brink of like huge changes, guys. Like people don't recognize how AI is going to change everything. I don't think people really grasp it yet. Like we think that it's going to change things, but it's just going to be really crazy. Like really crazy. What's the biggest change? No jobs. We're going to be all jobless. And it's not just that we're going to be without work. It's just that there's going to be nothing to work on. There's just no entertainment is going to be all AI. Like there's going to be no need for humans anymore, right? So people don't realize how it's going to change. Now, of course, there'll be regulations on the way, but that's not going to last forever. The regulations will not last forever. Eventually, AI is going to be dominating. We'll be eating AI food, yeah. Thoughts on America landing on the moon? I mean, it's cool to have a spacecraft on the moon, but like, you know, I want to see other like missions to like other planets and stuff. Not just the moon.